And a lot of you dress up as a cosplay thing that goes on and all that, but you come with wonder, enchantment, and joy, right? Either it's like the guy with the rabbit ears there, whatever, you're like, yeah, baby! Like, that's what I'm talking about, right? Either you're excited to meet someone that you admired for so long and that you really love, either you want to be in the movies, either you want to dress up and have fun. This is the time to do it, and that's wonder, enchantment, and joy, and it's a revelation to be able to be free, right? So this is the part of me for Moff Gideon, was that inside of me, even though I was stern, I was laughing. I was laughing because I was like, when do you get a chance to be a big kid? And when do you get a chance to tell people, you have something I want? You know, when do you get a chance to order people around and go, bring me the child or I'll kill you? You know what I mean? It's like that kind of, you know, it's really fun. And so remember this in whatever you do in life, whatever vacation you have, right? There is a part of it that you might find arduous, right? Difficult. Forget difficult or hard. Those words are one thing, but what about challenging? What is a challenge? A challenge is to be overcome. A challenge is something for you to go through to create stronger character and a discipline for you to be able to do it. So you can leave that challenge behind and move on to the next one, right? And then it becomes less challenging the more you master it. And then it starts to become more joyous because the challenge switches to something that becomes an engagement. It's exciting for you. Let me see if I can do this. And you know you can, but you have to find out that you can so that you can keep going. So for me, that's part of what I do, is to grow in my work, to grow as a human being.
You know, go ahead. They're so polite. They want to give you golf claps. And I want them to, they can cheer. So, I have a personal question. Have you and the child made amends?
Mm-hmm. I will squash that little big-eared bastard. I hate that. Look, I love the child, and you must know that I'm a big child inside of me from the way I speak. And the first time I met the child on a table, I was walking with Favreau to the volume, and he said, do you want to meet the child? And I said, certainly. And he pulled off the canvas cover to the child, and there was this great little child sitting there, eyes looking at me, not moving, unanimated. And at that moment, the puppeteer came through and went under the table and opened the child's eyes, and the child started to move his little small and freaky arms and started to speak to me with his eyes, and we were having this conversation. And I stopped, and my breath was taken away, and I said, John, this is the star of the show. Because you have to remember, this is way back, they were still writing the very, very beginning. I said, this child is the star of the show, period. And John stepped back and scratched his chin. He said, really, you think so? I said, I know so. And look who the star of the show is, right? Wonder, enchantment, and joy, being unjaded as that of a child. For those of you who have children, when they're at this young age, many young children have come through my line today, and some have been afraid, and others have been unjaded and happy, and some have just, been really in wonder. What's going on? Where am I? Well, observe your children. If there's any babies in your life, observe them, because they haven't taken on all of the heaviness that we take on in our lives. They're open, and they just want to give and share love, and they're looking at you and getting everything from you about how they're going to model who they are. So it's very important to know that it's not what you say. My mother used to say, do as I say do, not as I do. You know what I mean? You heard that, right? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, what the heck is that? Because I'm watching you. You don't have to say anything. I'm modeling after what you do, how you treat other people, how do you speak to your children, how you speak to your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, your mother. I'm observing that because that tells me something about you. Are you gracious? Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you compassionate? If you are not, I don't judge that. That's a practice. right? Because once you start to feel the love from going, wow, those ears look great. Wow, you look great in that costume. When you start with something that works, that is beautiful, and you share that compliment with somebody, you don't even know you make someone's day. You've asked me a really great question. I love your intellect. That affects other people. That is like a circle that comes back to you. Now, certainly, you gotta feel that way. You gotta notice that. But you can't be on autopilot. This keeps us on autopilot, right? We're listening and we're staring at this. We're not listening to each other from our hearts, from our eyes. We're not hearing, we're not present. Well, we can be again. That's the good news. So I always say to people, what's the good news? People come to my line, my mother's dying, my father's dying, I got cancer and all this shit. What's the good news? The good news is you're gonna recover. The good news is your father and your mother are gonna pass something really beautiful onto you that you can take with you for the rest of your life. The good news is that you can have a different outlook from the experience you've had that's been challenging. That's the good news. So when you hear all that other stuff, go, I hear you, I feel your heart, I'll hug you, I give you love, and then I say, what's the good news? Because you can create that good news in your life, moment to moment, day to day, week to week, year to year.
I love that. I love that. I really do. You know, we get so consumed by technology. We pass the little things sometimes. And you bring it up. You know, families get to enjoy not only, well, hopefully your kids aren't too small and you're watching Breaking Bad, but, you know, Breaking Bad or Once Upon a Time or anything that you were in, and get to cherish those moments with them, you know, and kind of share that with them. Speaking of Once Upon a Time, while we bring out the microphone for the Q&A, which they're going to do just right now, I want to ask you about Once Upon a Time, because, you know, that's one of the things that kids can watch you in too, is you got the chance to be, you know, the mirror. What was that like? What was that when they called you and said, hey, we love you, but it's just going to be your face?
Yeah, well, Lana Parrilla was really a great draw for me. And so, fairy tales. They're designed not only to be, well, the original fairy tales were the Grimm's fairy tales. So they were terrifying, really terrifying, so that you could use your imagination and feel that terrifying feeling of a nightmare, and then understand and appreciate what a dream is, all within the same fairy tale. There was a moral to it. So it guided you from one place to another. And so for me, that show was wonderful because it was full of metaphor and moral stories and things that were uplifting and things that were also disastrous, much like life. So it teaches you to understand and go through a journey, because life is a journey. For me, it was a ball. To be in love with someone and wanting to serve someone else really taught me something. Even though they didn't love me and they wanted to use me, our lives are in service, right? So sometimes you don't get back what you put out. But is that gonna stop you from putting out? For many of us it does, right? You're not gonna give me, I'm not gonna give you. Well, then no one gets nothing, right? So if you can, in the face of adversity, still give love, that's the whole point. Even though you're not getting it back, it teaches you to be even, right? To be still loving, to be forgiving, right? So this is part of my journey in Once Upon a Time. And then getting to the mirror, of course, now I'm stuck. I love the genie episode in the bottle, couldn't get out, stuck, but I could grant wishes. I could free you. I could free you, right? So then you have the ability, even though I'm cloistered and stuck, I'm able to grant your wishes and see what you ask for, right? So what are you gonna ask for? If I'm a genie and you're asking for something, most likely people, you know, we wanna ask for something that's gonna ease our lives. I want $1 million. Well, why not ask for 10 million? Right? I'm on the street in Vancouver shooting that show with a daughter of mine. And I'm walking down the street and there's a guy, I'll never forget this, a guy walking down the street, he's coming at us from a block away. And I know he is what we would call crazy, but maybe he was childlike. Maybe he was just out of his mind. He had no shirt on, he had hair down to here, and I'm with my daughter and she says, Papa, I said, don't fear, and he's coming at us. He says, give me 100 bottles. give me $100. And I said, I've been waiting for you for so many years. I live in New York. People ask me, brother, can you spare a dime? Brother, can you spare a quarter? Brother, can you spare $1? This moon said, give me $100. And I said, boom, I had $100 waiting for him. And I went bam, and his eyes went, what? I went bam. Ask for what you want. He walked away with that $100, happy as a clam. Don't ask for $1 million, ask for $10 million. All right, that's enough for you. Why are you asking for money? What can I grant you? What dream can I grant you? How about knowledge? How about spirit? How about the desire to know God? How about that? Right? Be careful what you ask for. Money is a curse. Money is dirty. Knowledge will bring you all wealth. Spiritual knowledge will bring you emancipation from this body, from this earth, from this challenge that we are trapped in. Because then you can raise other people's consciousness. Raise my consciousness, oh Lord. Let me uplift other people. Allow me to be a channel for your good. Right? Because I can't take $1 million, $2 million to the grave with me. You can shove it in my coffin, but what's it going to be? Paper. It's paper. This is spirit. Higher than paper. Rock, paper, scissors, baby. What you going to go for? Oh, we're having fun now.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Well, now we're going to open it up to the audience. We're going to let the audience ask us some questions. So if you want to ask a question, don't be shy. We put a microphone right in the middle. We're going to ask you not to block everyone else. So if there's a line, we're going to have it stand right over here. We have some JJ right over there. He's going to help you out and create that line. But you'll come up. Your first question, by the way, we're going to try to keep it to one question, everyone. I know you're all excited, but one question. If we can have your name and question, please.
Priscilla, what has been your favorite blooper from any acting experience you've done? Like your
Blooper?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't bloop.
Good one.
You're very welcome.
Hello, we have your name and your question, please?
My name's David.
Hi, David.
The boys, you're in a scene with Homelander. You're telling him that he's not the product. He's not even the most important product.
You are not a god. You are simply bad product.
The most powerful individual in the world, and you have all the power in the room.
I understand him. So, Homelander, what I started to realize from the work on the script and in the scenes is that he's missing a father figure. And he's missing what many of us need. It's validation. It's to feel loved. So I'm the last person he's going to slaughter because he knows that I can give him what he needs. And I can give him love. And I can give him understanding. And people who are bullies want you to fear them. Right? If you don't fear them and you're not afraid of them in any way, you take their bullyability away. Right? They can't be bullies anymore because you're giving them love. So it's part of the relationship that I started to really weave into Stan Edgar, and I realized it would be most effective if I used it in those lines.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I appreciate it. Hello, your name and your question,
Hey there.
please.
Hi, my name is Leo from McAllen. Listening to you speak and talk about the things you talk about, how do I ask this? Have you had any experiences with psychedelics? And if you have, do you have anything that you can share with the crowd that might not happen?
I'm on psychedelics right now.
Mario sound.
Look, do I look like I need psychedelics? Like the way I think? I gotta say, like people do take ayahuasca and mushrooms, and some people have a regular recreational marijuana or other drug use. I've done it all, and it hasn't helped. I'm still crazy. So I've given it all up, and I find that anything that I put into my body that is substance, it lowers my energy, right? If you can If you can find your energy without any boost at all, you're really living in your true heart and your true energetic space. And so, I know that sometimes people do psychedelics and they say, I saw my past life, I met my grandmother again, and all these other things, and that could be very possible. But for me, I prefer to live a clean life without any drugs or alcohol or tobacco.
Amen to that. Hello, hi, can we have your name and your question, please?
My name is Valentino.
Valentino, welcome.
You said we can ask for anything we want, so can I get a picture and a question?
Yeah, baby, get on up here.
All right, come on up.
Smart boy.
That's
So
it.
it's like to be young, unjaded, ask for what you want, baby.
Don't everyone ask for questions, please, or for pictures, please.
And while you're doing that, you can ask my question.
Oh, how was it like filming The Boys?
It was really fun. I love The Boys. It's a great set. They're great directors and great writing and great scene partners. Smile.
Again, not everyone ask for pictures, please. Go ahead, name and your question.
Hey there.
My name is Cesar, I'm from Las Milpas, and my question is, how did it feel in Breaking Bad, the scene with Vector where he got blown up, having all that super realistic makeup on your face? You just look in the mirror, you see the blood, you see the skull, like it's all just amazing. Like me looking at the scene, I was like, damn.
I didn't recognize myself. I kept saying, no, this is not my life. I'm not dying right now. It was really interesting to be in a 4-hour makeup by some of the best makeup artists in the world doing that. And that was you know, look, if you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not living. If you're not learning, you're not living. If you're not excited about something new, you're not living. If you're not inquisitive, you're not living, right? So for me, it was a great experience to go through that makeup process and to figure out how to act with all that makeup on me, prosthetic on my face to give the right reactions. It was really fun and really interesting, but it grew me. It helped me know something I didn't know before. And that's what you should always seek, to be a part of something that you haven't experienced before. If you're really present, it's exhilarating and it's exciting, and that certainly was.
Thank you so much. Hello, your name and your question, please.
My name is Diego Flores. I'm from McAllen. With The Boys with Stan Edgar, can you tell us anything about that? Because I watched episode 4 and I was so confused. Are you dead? What's going on?
Wait, did you see me die? Then I ain't dead. I mean, you know what I mean? You might want to watch again. It's a complicated show. It's a very racy show, but there's a real interesting contemporary connection between that show and what's going on in the world today. I'm not dead yet, hopefully never, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. Now, season 5 is here, almost, I think we're in the 4th episode, so keep watching.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Hello, what's your name and your question?
Hello, I'm Dila Fernandez from Reynosa, Mexico, and I wanted to ask you, what do you think about our actual society?
What do I think about what?
Our current society?
What do you think about our current society?
I think that our current society should be sitting in on our talk right now. To be honest with you, it's a difficult time, and it's going to take your strength, your love, your compassion, and your attention, all of you, all of us, to change the tide of what's going on. You know, when we have to have a war to be prosperous as a country, and we have to bow to another country to be able to hurt a different country, all of this doesn't make sense to me. We should be coming together to really serve people and to really make the world better. So a war in Europe, a war in the Middle East, a war in Syria, a war in Africa, it doesn't work. And so we need stronger, more, I think more aware and more selfless elected officials. Because what we're in now is a place where I want to get elected so I can, you know, pillage the money. So I can further my family business, so I can further my real estate business, so I can further all the things that are going to bring me more money. It's baffling to me, but it's about power and control. Controlling the people, having power over them, so you can be in their pocket, so that the poor can have less and the rich can have more. So it's up to us to start to speak out against it. Look at what just happened in Budapest. Look what happened there. You had a man in there who really, for many, many years, controlled the people. And much like our country, he started out on a Democratic side, and he went all the way to the other party, and he was in office for many, many years as an autocrat, right? A self-proclaimed dictator. And 80% of the people came out and finally overturned him, and to be able to have a better society for the middle class. And this is what we need to do. So without going much further, we need change. We need re-evolution, right? You can say we need a revolution, right? But I'm going to say compassionately that we need to be re-evolved, right? In our hearts, in our minds, in the way we think about each other, right? So it's a re-evolution, a re-education of you and I. And then we have to get courageous, and we have to stand up, and we have to say no more war. I'm mad as hell. I'm not taking it anymore. And then we have to do it in a compassionate and loving way that's strong. So we got to stand up, let our voices be heard, and change the world.
Hello,
From Mexico. Have you seen Breaking Bad? Person in Spanish, what do you think? Can you say anything in Spanish?
Hold on, can you repeat your question one more time? ¿Quieres
decir-
decirlo en español?
¿Puedes decir algo en español?
¡Quiero mi muerto, Hamlet! Está tu mano traidor el cemento con puta empuzollada. ¡Me arde con veces contra mí! ¡El rey es el culpable! Spanish Hamlet, baby. Little Shakespeare for you.
Hello, name and question.
My name is Damien, and I wanted to ask you, how are you able to express yourself creatively and emotionally? Do you focus that with acting, or do you have anything else?
No, look, if you don't know yourself, you don't know anything, right? I can't know you or look in your eyes or feel your energy or get a sense of who you are if I don't first know something about me, right? So when I look at other people and I see myself as a mirror, as many of us should, I see, oh, I used to be shy like that, or I used to be boisterous and not listen like that, or I used to do all the talking and want to be the smartest person in the room. And I understand that that's something that is a protection mechanism, because I'm really not. But I want to act like that because I want respect or I want love. So I meditate. I have a meditation practice, I have a prayer practice. I go to church, I pray, I meditate, to be open and vulnerable about who I am and to be real. And how do you do that? You take your own temperature and ask yourself, how am I today? I'm not the same every day. I'm not always up. Sometimes I'm down. And I have to work through that because I have to show up for my life. So I go, oh, I'm a little irritated today. Let me just take some deep breaths and work on my patience and work on not being irritated when people ask me stupid questions, right? Or the same question over and over again, right? If I'm here as a real channel, then I'm really being interested that your question is sincere. You don't know that the person before you asked me the same question. That's your interest. So I have to take you and for who you are in this moment. And I have to feel if there's an irritation on my part, it's not because of you. No one can make you feel anything. We use these words. You hurt my feelings. You made me feel bad. Well, how did I make you feel bad? You took what I said and you took it into your heart and you're like, you made me feel bad. I tell my kids, if you're really, really evolved, no one can make you feel anything. You've taken that on and you've imbibed whatever they said to you with power. You've given it power over you, right? If you're cool and you're chill and someone says, you know, and they criticize you, I don't like your shirt. And you go, well, I love my shirt. I'm sorry you don't like it, but that little rabbit or that whatever it is playing that guitar that's on your shirt makes me laugh. But someone may not like that. And you say, oh, I'm sorry if I offended you, but it doesn't bother me, right? As opposed to going, what you mean you don't like my shirt? I'll kick your ass. You know what, you got what I'm saying here? Right? So you have to have an equanimity over yourself so you don't rise, so no one, like if your buttons get pushed, they're supposed to, right? If your buttons get pushed, that's something you need to work on. It's a clue. If they don't get pushed, you're cool. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, your name and your question.
My name is David, and I wonder, is there a role in any show or movie that you regret playing or would have done differently?
You know, I think that everything has come to me that I've worked on has been for me.
No.
And most certainly, even if I felt like it hasn't been the right thing for me, Homicide: Life on the Street I eventually loved working on. It helped me work through my Italian and African American heritage. Would I have wanted a bigger role in that show? Yes. But when I settled down to go, this is what I'm doing now, it made me feel good that I was there. So I don't have any regrets because everything I've done has grown me in one way or another.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, next question. Hi. Oh, look at that. Please tell me you don't have anything on you right now.
I'm clean, I swear. Hi, Giancarlo,
How
I'm
are
a huge
you?
fan. I'm good. We've spoken today.
Yes, we have.
My question is, since you have come to the valley before, correct?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite taqueria?
No, not yet. Can you recommend one, please?
Would you like to go get tacos with me tonight?
Oh my gosh, what an invitation.
I had to ask.
Come see me later, darling. I'm supposed to get, I think, Peruvian, Japanese tonight.
Okay.
But maybe for lunch tomorrow, I don't know.
Tomorrow?
It's close.
Would you like to? Could we go together?
I can't promise, but I will consider, baby.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, name and question, please.
Hello, sir. My name is August. I'm from McAllen, and just real quick for the One Piece fans, I gotta know: do you like One Piece, and what was your favorite scene to film from Breaking Bad?
The first part of the
So,
question?
One Piece, the anime show or the Netflix live action? We don't know if you've seen it yet or not.
You know, I have to be really honest with you. I'd love to be really cool and hip, but I'm really awkward and not hip, and I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
And then your second question was
I
what?
got the second one. The second one would be 401 Box Cutter, and because it's really in line with, as an actor, we like to act, we like to perform, right? There's something really energetic about it, and it gives you energy and it makes you feel like you're alive. But I also feel like acting is doing nothing and allowing your soul to be seen for who you really are without having to act and be any of your characters. So I split the difference when I come to these Comic-Cons and do my talks, because I feel like there's a message inside me, because I've lived a long time, that I'd like to share with people. And sometimes people just want me to, talk about all the scenes I've done, which I can appreciate as well. But I think that one goes hand in hand with the other, because as you live and you're destined to be in service, you want to share your experience. Box Cutter was really important for me because it didn't have any words for the first 10 minutes. And so it was an exercise for me as an actor to say nothing, but say everything with my eyes or my physicality. And for me, that has power. And so that first opening of 8.5 minutes where I go and I slit Victor's throat, I change my clothes, I look for my instrument of destruction, I slit his throat, I go change back, wash myself off, change back, walk back to the top of the stairs, and I say, get back to work. I mean, that's it. That says everything. So it's the power of acting without having to use the vocality, but everyone is getting the point you're trying to make. My favorite episode.
Thank you so much. Hello, your name and your question, please.
My name is Sebastian, and you've given a lot of great responses tonight, and you played so many iconic roles. What or who was your inspiration to become the man that you are today?
I would have to say it's all of you. I would really have to say that.
That's so nice.
You know, I really mean it. I'm not just saying it because as an actor, I had to become an observer. And so as an observer, I observe behavior for what I do as an actor. And I take that behavior and I meld it into my performances because there's something about behavior that I have to master. And then I had to master myself to be able to be able to become somewhat of a mirror for all that I saw. And then I had to figure out how to create a character from words on a page. And all of you helped me do that because each of you had a certain behavior. And if I was paying attention, I could take pieces of that behavior, bring it into myself, and then make it my own. Again, how you do anything is how you do everything. Right? How you shine your shoes, how you cook your food, how you talk to each other. And so that and studying the masters, Jesus Christ's journey, Mahatma Gandhi's journey, Lahiri Mahasaya, names you may not have heard of, Indian meditation masters, people who reached realization that this material world wasn't the only thing that was for them to be in. This, what we're in now, is like a movie. Why do you think you like movies? This is a play of consciousness. If you're able to understand that, then your thinking will change. There won't be any theys anymore because you'll start to attract what you want. That young man asked for what you want. He heard me. He came up and asked for what he wants. When do you sit and ask for what you want? Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and see it, and attract it to yourself. You don't like your job, you don't like your life, you don't like your marriage, you don't like where you live, and you say, I'm stuck here. They won't let me do it any other way. They won't let me out of this prison. Well, when are you gonna let you out of your prison? Because if you don't like your life, change it. If your marriage doesn't work, say, hey baby, it was good for a while, but you know what? You're gonna be better off without me, and I'm gonna be better off. We can still be friends, but I gotta move on. If the place you live doesn't work for you, because the sun never shines, then move. If your job doesn't work for you, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be poor. You're living in fear. Throw the fear out. Trust and have courage that you have more to give, and challenge yourself to have the best life you can have. Because guess what? This is what you got. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, it's right now. Everything is happening right now. It's a play of consciousness. The dream that you want to have is happening now. Right? So I say dream big. Dream and think your highest thought, not only for yourself, but for everyone in the room. Right? Be a light. Be a beacon. Be the light that you want to be for you, for everyone else. And if you need change, we're so afraid of change. Fear is the biggest motivator of sticking to right where we are, right? Because we're afraid. There's no healthy fear except the fear of someone gonna bash your head in and you better run. That's the only fear. Nobody's laughing, but that's the only fear that you need to react to, right? Every other fear is coming for your inability to conquer yourself. So be of good faith. Know that you can change your life. Once you step out there, the universe hears you, the universe will uplift you, your parents will uplift you, your lover will uplift you, your husband will uplift you, and they'll say move on, because who wouldn't want the best for you? I want the best for each and every one of you. And I know you can do it. It takes steps. Take those steps. Take that journey. It's your life. You should live it. You should live it, and you should be happy, and you should be your best self every moment of every day while you live in this world.
All right, we have one more question we're going to bring up really quickly. Hi, what is your name and your question?
Hi, my name is Hera. My question is, working with the child, was it ever hard to like not get mad because he's like this cute little?
Hell no! I'm an actor. You know, yeah, the child is cute, but how do you know? Do you ever really find out why Moff Gideon wanted the child? So in my brain, Moff Gideon recognized that that child was not a child. That child was 50 years old. That child was the archetype of what I'm talking about, who you and I should be. Moff Gideon wanted to find out how that child could stay and be that way. And maybe Moff Gideon wanted to share that with all of you. Maybe Moff Gideon wanted to unlock the secret of the child's wisdom and how the child could be 50 years old and still be in this Christ-like, childlike existence. So Mando's gonna find out. The movie's coming out soon. I hope you all go see it. Love you, South Texas! Love you, McAllen. Thank you so much.
So before we let you go, I looked up a little bit about your history. One of your first plays, Maggie Flynn, the first show you ever did, running. You've done so much in your career, and you sacrificed a lot by not only working during the week, but coming out to Comic-Cons during the weekend, even on things like your birthday, which I hear is coming up. So I figured that we do something special for you since tomorrow is your birthday. And there's only one way we can do it with Moff Gideon here. Come on in, we have some stormtroopers here.
Hope somebody's recording this, or you all are. I love it. Yeah, baby.
Chewbacca decided to come by today. Let me help out Chewbacca here. There you go, he's got it. Come on in, come on in. Are they still going? Are they still going?
They're
Come
still
on
coming.
in.
Love it, love it.
And if we, on the count of 3, could sing happy birthday in 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Giancarlo Esposito. We cannot ask him to do that. I'm not going to do it. There's a tradition called mordida where you're supposed to bite out of it, but we're not going to have you do that because then someone will come up.